I'm Gary Pretty, a Principal Product Manager.
And I'm Michael Lukoc, a Senior Product Manager. And we are both part of the Power Virtual Agents team.
And we're incredibly excited to be here to share with you about the evolution of the platform, a brand new unified authoring canvas, and new native telephony capabilities. Firstly, let's recap on how Power Virtual Agents is helping Fusion teams build great bots today. As a reminder, a Fusion team contains people with diverse skill sets and disciplines, from professional developers to subject matter experts, allowing for collaboration on projects like bot development. And latest studies show that at least 84% of organizations have Fusion teams. Power Virtual Agents was first launched as an intuitive, low-code bot building experience for everyone, regardless of your level of technical expertise. However, we know that as developers, you sometimes need more capabilities and control. And that's why last year we made the Azure Bot Framework Composer Canvas available to Power Virtual Agent builders, giving pro developers access to advanced authoring features like adaptive card authoring and finer control over responses, so that developers didn't have to sacrifice the benefits from using a SaaS platform. This means that today you have the choice of building your topics with either the native Power Virtual Agent Canvas or Bot Framework Composer, depending on your needs. Then, at Ignite last November, we announced the general availability of voice channels for Dynamics 365 customer service. This enabled builders to create interactive voice responses, or IVRs, using Power Virtual Agent's low-code approach within the authoring canvas. Today, we're excited to announce the evolution of Power Virtual Agents, including a new unified authoring canvas, rebuilt from the ground up, that brings powerful capabilities of Bot Framework Composer to our low-code platform. And the result? A single collaborative bot building studio for professional developers and subject matter experts alike. We're also making it even easier for anyone to build telephony-enabled bots and sophisticated IVRs, with native telephony support within PVA, including telephone number acquisition and dedicated voice authoring capabilities. We'll dive deep into everything that we have planned, including a technology preview that you can register for now to try some of the new capabilities, with more becoming available in public preview and GA releases later this year. Now let's take a look at some of the different features available in the authoring canvas. Some of the top asks for Power Virtual Agents have been centered around the ability to send more than just plain text messages. So we're excited to share that the new canvas will allow you to send much richer responses. Firstly, adaptive cards can now be added to bot responses simply by pasting JSON from the card designer directly into the canvas, significantly improving developer productivity. Image and video content can now be authored easily too. All that's needed is a URL to an image or a video file, or even a YouTube video. Quick replies, also known as suggested actions, can provide hints to users with responses they might use, such as common answers to a question. This reduces time to answer and quickly allows the user to respond with just one click. In addition, you can now add one or more alternative messages, one of which will be selected at random when a user engages your bot, making repeat conversations more natural. We're also evolving the way variables can be utilized to store and manipulate data, thanks to a deep integration with PowerFX. Variables can now be reused and assigned to by multiple nodes, including by a PowerFX formula editor, which assists with complex logic using Excel-like formulas. The number of supported data types has also been expanded now, including both list and record variables. And we'll soon add more options, including a loop node, which will allow you to iterate over a list, something commonly needed by professional developers. The condition node now features a greater list of operators, making tasks such as date comparison more straightforward, with the ability to author more complex conditions with PowerFX. And the question node is also enhanced, enabling you to dynamically drive multiple choice questions using list variables. Now let's dive in and take a look at some of the new capabilities in action. And to do that, I'll focus on a scenario for one of our customers, Holiday Inn Club Vacations, who are constantly looking for new ways to improve the guest experience. They're currently exploring the idea of a virtual concierge, accessible on a number of channels any time of the day, that can assist guests in a number of different ways. For example, a customer might call from the phone in their hotel room to request housekeeping, or chat in the app to extend their reservation. I'm currently working on a new capability in the bot that allows guests to join the waitlist at one of the on-site restaurants. The topic is already working end-to-end, and we can test it within the chat canvas. It asks me which restaurant I'd like to join the waitlist for, and how many people are in my party, and then hands this information to a Power Automate flow to add the customer to the waitlist and tell them the current wait time. It's great that this topic works, and it was really straightforward for me to build. But thanks to the new unified authoring capabilities, we can make it even better. One potential issue with the experience here is that because guests will likely interact with the bot multiple times during their stay, it might start to sound a little rigid over time. We can solve this problem using our new Rich Responses capability, which, as well as adding the ability to add things like images to your responses, you can now add one or more message alternatives, as I'm doing here, where one will be picked at random each time the topic is triggered. This is a great way to make the bot feel more engaging for users. We've also further enhanced the question node, providing more flexibility over its behavior, such as what to do if users provide an invalid response. Now, instead of just repeating the same question over again, we can be more explicit with the user that their response wasn't quite right and ask again, but now with a more tailored message. I'd now like to improve the end of the topic, where we've added the guest to the waitlist and given them the current wait time. I can improve this by replacing this message with an adaptive card to more clearly present the information. It would also be great to include an estimated seating time for the guest, based on the current wait time, so before I add my card, I do need to calculate that. To do that, I can use the new set variable value node. I'll create a new variable to hold the calculated value, and rename it on the Updated Variables pane, where I can also control the variable's scope and see where it's used. Then I can open the new PowerFX formula editor to assign a value to the new variable, where I can use the power of the Excel-like formula language and the built-in functions with IntelliSense and validation support. I'm using the dateAdd function to add the current minute's wait we already have to the current time. Now that I have all of the information I want to display, I can clear out the current plain text message and add my adaptive card. I've already designed an appropriate card on the Adaptive Cards website, so I can just paste the JSON into the canvas, and I even get a preview of what the card will look like. To complete the card, I need to replace the placeholder information with our variables, so that the card will be dynamically populated at runtime. To do this, I can choose to convert my card into a PowerFX record, allowing me to use the formula editor to reference variables within the card itself. In the interest of time, I'll paste in an updated version of this record, and you can see here where I've used the topic variables available to me, including the ones we created to hold the estimated seating time. With our card complete, the last improvement I'll make is to add a quick reply, which will be shown alongside the card, which guests can use with one tap or click if they decide that the wait time is too long for them. With my updates in place, I can save my topic and test that it's working as expected. I'll open the test canvas and ask to join the waitlist to trigger my topic. When the bot asks for my party size, we can see here that it's picked from one of the message variations that I added to the question node. And if I answer the question incorrectly, the bot reprompts me using the retry message I added earlier. If I answer the question correctly, the bot now displays the new dynamic adaptive card, including the estimated seating time that we calculated with PowerFX. Everything that you've just seen in this demo is part of our technology preview. Looking ahead to public preview and beyond, we'll be adding even more capabilities for building sophisticated bots. One of those features is event-driven and contextual triggering, which allows you to respond to external events and even changes in user intent. For example, a user might ask for help at some point during the conversation, and this feature will allow you to respond with the appropriate assistance, depending on the topic that the user is currently working through. Now that you've seen the new unified authoring canvas, Michael, why don't you talk about the new telephony announcements?
Sure. We are making it easier than ever to build Power Virtual Agents bots for voice interactions. We are introducing multimodal authoring, which will allow you to design for voice interactions without having to use condition nodes within the same topic. Now you can deliver visual content like adaptive cards to users interacting over text, while also providing a voice-optimized interactions for customers calling in. I'm thrilled about this capability, as you can now effortlessly optimize your bot for any channel your customers might interact with, without maintenance overhead. Essentially, you can build a bot once and use everywhere. And to make bot voice interactions even more engaging, we are introducing native support for speech synthesis markup language, or SSML, which will allow you to enrich your voice interactions by adding things like emphasis or playing a pre-recorded audio prompt. Next, to make it even simpler to enable voice interactions and leverage all the innovation we just talked about, we are introducing new telephony capabilities built into Power Virtual Agents. You can now connect your bot to a phone number directly inside the app. We have partnered with Azure Communication Services, or ACS, to allow for connection to phone numbers with a few simple clicks. You can also leverage direct routing to connect to the bot of your existing infrastructure. To make the interactions more powerful, we are adding capabilities specific to the telephony channel, like ability for your bot to use the caller ID as a built-in variable, or the ability for the bot to process keypad input when voice input is not suitable or possible. And to make your bot sound the way you want, we added the ability to choose from a wide variety of voices powered by Azure Cognitive Services. Now, I'm going to walk you through an example of how to use these capabilities in the product. Using the same bot Gary built in his section, we are going to update it to make it ready for telephony. I will start where we left off and add a speech variant to confirm the reservation, as the adaptive card isn't visible on the voice-only channels. To build the voice response, I can use the same people and restaurant variables that have been used in the adaptive card to provide user-accurate information about their reservation. Additionally, I'm going to use the built-in speech synthesis markup language editor, which provides me with a shortcut to several popular SSML tags to add a break to make the conversation sound more natural. I can also insert any SSML tag naturally. I have just shown you how to keep the same dialogue structure for a conversation regardless of which channel is used. But in some scenarios, it is helpful to have logic which is channel specific. I'm now going to branch the dialogue for telephony channel. And to do this, I can select one of several new system variables available to me, which provide me with information about the current conversation and incoming messages, such as the last message received. In this case, I will use the channel variable and choose from the list of available options. I will add a message to confirm when the table is ready. I will create a new variable and rename it to last 4 digits. This is to indicate that it will include the last 4 digits of the phone number. I will set the value using PowerFX, leveraging the activity.from.name variable, which includes the caller ID value for telephony channel. I'm then going to add the variable to a message to be played back to the user. And next, I'm going to configure the voice of the bot. Now in settings, I can choose from a wide variety of neural voices powered by Azure Cognitive Services. I can also choose the speaking style like chat, customer service, or newscast. In this case, I'm just going to keep the default voice selected. Now that I have updated my bot content to be ready for voice, I'm going to connect the bot to a phone number. In channels, I can see the new telephony preview option. I will choose to connect to existing phone number. I will choose my Azure subscription and Azure Communication Services resource. Here I can see the available phone numbers that I have already purchased in Azure to be used. I select one of them and connect the bot to the phone number. After the phone number is connected, I'm going to publish the bot to make the changes available. And just like that, my bot is ready for the telephony channel. Let's give it a try.
Thanks for calling Holiday and Club Vacations Virtual Concierge. How can I help you?
I want to book a table at the restaurant tonight.
Which restaurant would you like to join the waitlist for?
Let's do Bay Cafe.
How many people are in your party?
It's going to be 5 of us.
You have a reservation for 5 people on the wait list for Bay Cafe. Your estimated wait time is 20 minutes. I see you're calling from a number ending in 8549. I will notify you on this phone number when the table is ready.
And just like that, I have an IVR for people joining the waitlist at the restaurant, giving my users choice to use the channel that best suits their need. You have seen me interact with the bot via speech the entire time, but if I wanted to, I could just as easily use the keypad, for example, to input the number of people that the table should be for. If you would like to give these capabilities a try, you can sign up to explore them today in our technology preview. Now let's talk about what's coming next for voice. We will be making voice authoring for bots in Power Virtual Agents even more powerful. You will be able to customize silence detection so that you can give your users more time to answer. We will also introduce improvements to the accuracy of speech-to-text transcription and give you the ability to mark messages as non-interruptible, so that you can ensure customers hear important messages in full. Finally, we will enable you to connect your bots with existing contact centers for both inbound and outbound transfers, so that your customers can be easily rerouted to a live agent for help when required. Now let's take a step back and talk about Power Virtual Agents infrastructure, management, governance, and compliance. As was always the case with Power Virtual Agents, there is no infrastructure to manage, no services to stand up. Everything we have shown is available in the geo-distributed, multi-tenant SaaS provided. And with this software as a service model comes all powerful governance, security, and compliance capabilities of the Power Platform. We have several new capabilities coming soon to Power Virtual Agents. We will introduce data loss prevention policies for Power Virtual Agents to enable administrators to protect their organization's data. Power Virtual Agents will also support customer logbooks to enable administrators to control access to their organization data from Microsoft personnel during troubleshooting. And for the Power Virtual Agents offering included in Microsoft Teams, we will give you the tools to delete inactive environments so that you can use your capacity for the highest value scenarios. Furthermore, Power Virtual Agents supports many compliance offerings. It's covered by HIPAA and is HITRUST certified and can be used to build healthcare scenarios. It's FedRAMP certified to build government bots. It's PCI compliant to handle payment scenarios. And it's also SOC and ISO compliant and many more. Power Virtual Agents is global by default, available worldwide in many commercial clouds in 23 data centers, enabling customers to meet their data residency requirements. It's also available in the government clouds, so you are directly usable for building bots in government. Finally, Power Virtual Agents supports multiple languages, enabling customers to create bots in 19 languages. Back to you, Gary.
During this session, we've seen that through our new unified authoring canvas and native telephony capabilities, Power Virtual Agents is the Microsoft bot building studio for low-code and pro-code users alike. You can sign up today for the technology preview to get hands-on with the new features yourself, or try the click-through demo to explore what's on offer. You can find details of how to sign up, along with more information about these and other announcements, including a limited time pricing offer for new Power Virtual Agents users, all on our blog over at aka.ms/PVA-build22. On behalf of myself, Michael, and the whole product team, thank you so much for joining us.
We are eager to see what you will build and look forward to hearing your feedback on the evolution of Power Virtual Agents. Thank you.